Okay, what I want to do today is fix pause. So there's a problem when we're pausing the game. There's a problem with the mouse pointer in general. So look that you can see that the mouse pointer is still there all the time. And if I want to shoot, but if it's off to the side, I can't shoot no matter what I click. I can shoot right now. It's happened to be balanced, but if I was to like rotate all the way around, then my mouse is off to the side and I can't get to a point I'm clicking right now. I can't shoot. I can click here and then try to maneuver in there. That worked. Now if I hit escape, the mouse pointer is still there. But if I hit escape again, it doesn't do anything. But if I hit continue, then the mouse pointer is apparently gone this time. But if I go all the way up to the top, it's back. And then if I go down and I go too far down, then it's back and I can't get back to it and I can't shoot from down here. So it's not really, the mouse pointer is not really working like I want it to. So let's fix that. Okay, so over here in first-person controller, there's this thing called pause. It's a script, and if you double-click on that script, you get to this script. This is where most of the action is going to be today, if not all. The first thing I noticed was the escape key needs a capital E, and then reformat this a little bit. And now it's going to do the same things that the continue button do, exactly. So theoretically, that should do the trick, right? Well, let's go try it out. I have a hint for you. It's not going to work quite right. So I'll hit escape and then hit escape again. Hit escape again. Now I can't move. Those guys aren't moving. I can shoot, but nothing's happening. And I figured out why. So let's exit, go back to this. It's kind of overloading the escape key because up here it says if get input button down pause. And I found out that when I go back to Unity, in project settings input, there's something called axes, and here's pause. It's set to the escape key, and I'm okay with that. But it just means that we want to do this a little bit differently. So instead of escape doing the same things as continue, let's do something a little bit different. Actually, it's not that different at all. All we need to do is add this line here. I just deleted the escape condition entirely. Add this line here to right here. For this part, this will work. Go. This should do the trick of escape specifically. So that guy's still coming at us. Escape and pauses, and we're still moving forward. That's great, but that's not the whole picture. Because the other thing we want to do is make this cursor visible is not really working because you can see that it's there all the time. You saw that earlier. So what I figured out is this kind of thing needs to be in the update routine. So cursor visible. And just for clarity's sake, I know there's already a menu up above. If menu, and use a Boolean, so that should do the trick. Menu. And else. Cursor visible. So if there's a menu, then make the cursor visible. If not, make it invisible. Now, that should do part of the trick. Let's see here. Okay, it's still visible when it's not there because it's visible outside of the window. Visible, invisible, visible, invisible. That part's working, but see, it still scrolls out of the window. So what we can do is quit and then sorry, do something called lock. Let's see, cursor, lock state equals. I think it's cursor lock mode. There we go. Dot locked. That's if there is not a menu. And none if there is. Let's see what that does. Oh boy. Okay, now no matter where I move my cursor around on the screen, I don't see my pointer at all. That's how I wanted it. And then if I hit escape, it shows up again and I can move it all around. Even if I'm over here, if I hit escape, then, well, that didn't work. No, it's not going to work. That did not work. Yeah, but if I click in the box, then it works. Then it doesn't come out of the box. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, the only other thing worth doing here is time scale is set to 1 here. So I think there's a limitation in that case when we're in the menu, and it's probably better to just default it to 1 right here. If there's a condition, then it'll go back to 0 if there's a time shift. So anyway, that's a much better pause situation than we had before.